Now in Good Morning Northwest, breaking news from the Middle East, where Israel is carrying out deadly airstrikes in response to a terror attack by Hamas, where we know about the lives lost, the damage done, and the U.S. reaction.
Showers in our area, mainly light. We're going to see those continue for the next couple of days. We're going to have the timing and the amounts coming your way.
And an encounter with the Spokane County Sheriff's Sergeant ended with a Colfax man in the hospital. You'll see the body cam footage at the center of the excessive force investigation. You're watching Good Morning Northwest on 4 News Now. So glad you're with us. I'm Robin Nance.
And I'm Derek Dice. It is Tuesday, October the 10th. Mark Peterson here with a look at that first alert forecast. And it sounds like we may see some scattered showers today, huh?
Scattered and isolated, light, 54 degrees currently. We don't have any shower activity into the Spokane area right now, but we did. And you've got just a little bit of wet roadways and parking lots. Here's a look at the 4 things you need to know. Going to be cloudy and cool. Showers are going to be on and off, or off and on, depending. More showers coming in again tomorrow, but then it's going to be drying out as we get into the weekend. Here is what we expect for amounts as we get through this next system and waves of energy, and it's really into the Palouse. We're going to see quite a bit, half an inch or so. We're expecting about 1/10 of an inch when it's all said and done. Highs today are going to be into the upper 50s, but we're sitting officially at 54, into the Valley, Liberty Lake, 58 degrees, 55 into Coeur d'Alene. Our day progresses as such. Not much as we get up into the upper 50s. Those isolated and scattered showers are going to continue, but our air quality will remain good throughout the day.
All right, breaking news out of the Middle East, where Israel is escalating its war with the Palestinian militant group Hamas.
Israel has stopped food and fuel shipments into Gaza as its military wages airstrikes targeting Hamas strongholds. Let's get to Sydney Charles with the latest at the Breaking Now desk.
That's right, Robin. This morning, Israel's prime minister is vowing that military retaliation on Gaza will only intensify following Hamas's attacks in Israel. Israel Defense Forces releasing new video showing its airstrikes. The IDF says they've taken out more than 1,000 targets across Gaza as it hunts down Hamas. Civilians in Gaza scrambling to save survivors trapped beneath the rubble and caught in the crossfire. More than 100,000 people have been displaced due to the airstrikes, sending waves of injured Palestinians to overwhelmed hospitals. Israel also imposing a complete siege of Gaza, blocking food, water, and utilities into the Palestinian territory. Now coming to light, evidence that the Israel attack had been months long in the making. Video shows fighters training and practicing their surprise arrival into Israel. Hamas now claims to have more than 100 hostages and is threatening to execute a civilian hostage whenever Israel targets Gaza civilians without warning. Political leaders from across the U.S. from both parties are condemning the Hamas attacks and pledging to stand with Israel.
We will see once again the steadfast resolve of the people of this state and this nation to stand alongside the Jewish people and the nation of Israel.
We stand with Israel.
A U.S. official tells ABC News the U.S. is providing intelligence, surveillance, and other support to Israel's Special Operations Forces, in its efforts to learn more about the status of those hostages. President Biden is set to give remarks later today about the war in Israel. Thousands of people have died in both Gaza and Israel, and coming up in 30 minutes, what we know about the victims. Reporting in studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now.
All right, Sydney, thank you. New body camera footage is giving us more context about why a Spokane County Sheriff's Sergeant was placed on administrative leave last week.
Yeah, the video we are about to show you contains acts of physical violence, and it may be disturbing to watch. According to his lawyers, their client, 62-year-old Kevin Hinton, was sitting in his car watching a movie and arresting after driving for 11 hours. That's when he was approached by Sergeant Clay Hilton, who told him he was not allowed to be in the park after hours. In the video, you see Hinton agreeing to leave, but then gets stopped by Sergeant Hilton, who asked for his name and ID. When Hinton refused to show his ID, Sergeant Hilton said, quote, "You're going to get hurt." Then Hilton was dragged out of his car, forced on the ground, and hit several times. Now Hinton's lawyers say Sergeant Hilton should face consequences.
We don't want Sergeant Hilton to work another day in law enforcement again. He is a disgrace to the badge and a dishonor to our community. We want him decertified. We want him criminally investigated, and we'd like him to be face the same treatment that any other citizen would who committed this type of vicious assault.
That night, Hinton was taken to jail and then the hospital, where he was treated for 8 broken ribs and a punctured lung. His lawyers say the charges against him have been dropped. Last week, Sheriff John Knowles released a statement on this incident saying, in part, allegations of misconduct by law enforcement are very concerning to our community and myself. He said the case is being investigated by Spokane Police, and right now, Sergeant Hilton is on administrative leave.
Well, there are some political newcomers in the race to serve on the Medical Lake School Board, and they're all from the same church. One of the Medical Lake Community Church congregation members is running for the District 3 seat against the current director. They have very different views on student mental health, discipline within schools, and support of the LGBTQ plus community in schools.
Science says that there's male and female, and instead we've brought a social construct and an ideology in where, you know, it has its place somewhere, but not in K through 12. That again should be a learning place.
That was challenger Dennis Schilling. His opponent, District 3 incumbent Laura Parsons, has very different views.
First and foremost, it's a state law, state and federal law, and it's important because kids and people are who they are, and I morally think it's wrong to not support people who are different than myself.
Parsons said she would compare what's happening here with these 3 congregation members running for 3 different school board positions to what happened in the West Bonner School District in Priest River. She says things like this tear communities apart. The Medical Lake community will vote on the school board in November.
You can sign up to share your thoughts on the proposed sales tax increase in Measure 1 at the next Spokane County Commissioner meeting that's happening today. If approved by voters, sales tax would go up by 0.2% to fund a new jail and other criminal justice projects. 60% of revenue would go to Spokane County. The rest of it would be allocated to individual cities and towns. Supporters, including Spokane County Sheriff John Knowles, saying limited jail capacity limits law enforcement's ability to keep the community safe. This meeting starts at 5 o'clock at the Spokane Public Works Building. Good morning, Northwest time is now 7 minutes after 6.
All right, let's check in with Mark Peterson once again. All right, let's take a look at that live radar.
Yeah, light showers north of Deer Park, moving into northeastern Washington, making their way up into Canada. We're not going to see a return of those rain showers in any heavy way yet this morning, maybe the afternoon. We're going to have the timing coming up in just a little bit, but there's a beautiful look at the One Spokane Stadium, all lit up this morning.
Misinformation is running wild online in the days after Hamas's terror attack at a music festival, triggering war with Israel. Coming up, who helped spread that misinformation?
And no big Powerball winner yet again. The jackpot is huge. How huge is it? That's coming up on Good Morning Northwest.
Stream 4 News now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
At Coeur d'Alene Wigs, we have that great hair day every day. Wigs are a great way to look and feel good in a matter of minutes. With over 60 years experience, we will help you find a wig that matches your personality and gives you confidence. Coeur d'Alene Wigs, where it's a great hair day every day.
Fall is here and you're going to need a bigger wallet because you could win a fortune. Qualify in Kootenai Casino's Hot Spins or Weekend Super Spins, and you could walk away with a ton of cash. Kootenai Falls Lodge rooms are just $99 a night midweek. Riverview rooms are just $119 a night. Fill up your wallet at the Kootenai Casino this fall by calling 888-YOU-ARE-LUCKY or visit KootenaiRiverInn.com.
As a family-owned company, Factory Rep Blinds really does care about each and every one of our customers and the experience that they have with us. Our company's founder, Gary, was a factory representative for 36 years. We bring all the samples to you because your home is really the best showroom. And we professionally measure and install the window treatments for you. That's why our customers tell their friends who tell their friends.
Call us or schedule your free consultation today at FactoryRepBlinds.com. Factory Rep Blind.
Hello, I'm Mark Peterson. It's that time of year again when Washington Trust Bank helps you dispose of your sensitive documents and protect your identity with 4 easy steps. First, head to one of their 4 participating drive-through locations. Second, fill your seal and shred bag with the documents that you want to destroy. Third, secure the seal and shred bag. Then, drop your bag off at DeVries where they will destroy your documents in their secure space. Pick up your seal and shred bag this Friday at Washington Trust Bank's Northgate branch located on North Division.
Experience Minecraft like never before at Minecraft the Exhibition, now at the MAC. Explore the 3D world of the best-selling video game of all time and pop culture phenomenon in this dynamic and immersive exhibition. Step inside the blocky world of Minecraft based on actual in-game builds. Meet 15 life-size Minecraft creatures, including the explosive creeper and mysterious Enderman. Try the game and explore some epic creations from the community. Minecraft the Exhibition for players and non-players of all ages at the MAC.
At Coeur d'Alene Wigs, we have that great hair day every day. Toupees and wigs are a fast and easy option for men experiencing thinning or baldness. Jennifer and Sandy will help you with personalized styling to achieve your desired look. Coeur d'Alene Wigs, where it's a great hair day every day.
4 News Now is brought to you by McVeigh Brothers.
Your time is 6:11. Here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. Misinformation was running rampant on Elon Musk's social media platform X in the early hours after the surprise attack on Israel by Hamas militants.
Multiple users over the weekend shared a fake White House news release falsely claiming the U.S. was sending billions of dollars in new aid to Israel in response. Thousands of X users quickly spread the doctored White House press release. Musk himself added to the information chaos on Sunday by recommending users keep up to date on the Israel-Gaza-Hamas conflict by following an account known for spreading misinformation.
President Biden participated in a voluntary interview with special counsel Robert Hur as part of an investigation into classified documents found at his home and former office last year. It's a stark contrast to an investigation into his predecessor, Donald Trump, who was never interviewed by special counsel Robert Mueller. Trump now faces criminal charges in 2 separate special counsel investigations, including one regarding his own handling of classified documents after he left the presidency in January 2021.
Another strike against GM, and this one in Canada. Unifor, the union representing auto workers there, now says it will strike at 3 GM facilities in Canada after failing to reach a new contract deal. And as the UAW strike against GM, Ford, and Stellantis continues, all 3 announced new rounds of layoffs at various plants.
The Powerball jackpot has soared to an estimated $1.73 billion after no big winner was drawn Monday night. This marks the 2nd largest prize in the lottery's history. 3.7 million people won lesser prizes, though, including a ticket worth $2 million in Florida. The next drawing is tomorrow night.
All right, good morning. Your 10-second takeaway on this Tuesday. Going to be cloudy and cool. We're seeing those showers really north of our area, but they're going to be a return engagement this afternoon, so a light rain layer would be great. 57 our high today.
Well, right after being hit by vandalism Thursday night, Odyssey Youth Movement was hit again over the weekend. Spray-painted hate speech on the center's doors and windows, knocking over displays, and burning tire marks into the Rainbow Crosswalk. Just last Thursday, paint covered that same Rainbow Crosswalk as well as the crosswalk in downtown. A queer-owned clothing store also had its window smashed. Despite these continued attacks, Odyssey Youth Movement says it is dedicated to remain open as a safe space and resource for queer youth and is asking you to step in if you see something.
Connect in better with our support networks and our community, and ask as we continue to do so that if anybody sees anything or hears anything, that you do respond, you do call Crime Check.
Spokane police are investigating all of these incidents. Police can't say if this will be investigated as a hate crime. All right, Good Morning Northwest time is now just about 6:14.
Some movement in the race for the White House. One candidate is switching parties and another one drops out and endorses a challenger. I'll break it down for you after the break.
And as we send you off to that break, here is another live look from downtown over the Spokane Club here on your Tuesday morning. We'll be right back.
4 News Now is brought to you by Ace Hardware.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
Coeur d'Alene Denture Clinic is locally owned and operated and has been providing personalized, comfortable, and satisfying care to our clients for over 30 years. Our licensed denturists are trained in the latest techniques in the construction, development, and preparatory work of a denture. Full dentures, implant attachments, repairs, fittings, adjustments, we do it all. Every denture is made to look as close as possible to your natural teeth. With our knowledge and friendly staff, competitive costs, and quality of service, you'll leave Coeur d'Alene Denture Clinic smiling.
It's time time for 4 News Now's Coats for Kids. Just drop off new or gently used coats at any of our sponsored locations. We'll bring them to Alsco for professional cleaning, then get them out to local children in need. Donate to Coats for Kids through October 31st.
Your locally owned Papa Murphy's is proud to be part of Coats for Kids this year.
Now through the end of October, bring in a coat donation to any Eastern Washington or North Idaho Papa Murphy's location.
And receive a $4 off coupon good for any large or family-sized pizza.
With Chevy Silverado and Silverado HD, you can take on the mountains, or you can move them. With the power of up to 36,000 pounds of max available towing and the confidence of an available 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen. Whatever your mountain, there's a Silverado for you. Get 0% financing, plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2023 Silverado 1500 pickups. Plus, get $1,000 cash allowance on this Silverado. See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
This is a great opportunity to recognize the people who are behind the scenes doing the work.
STCU's Volunteers Count showcases people who volunteer.
There's just so many people that need so much help.
This grant that we just received is going to be such a blessing.
This is quite an honor. It will help so many people.
Tell us about a volunteer who inspires you. Go to KXLY.com/volunteerscount and nominate today.
Thanks to STCU and News 4 for doing this. It's amazing.
Now what? You say it when things get out of hand. At Prudential, we think you should say it when you hand down something valuable, too. Like when you realize a recipe is just one gift you can give them. Ask, now what? Here's what. You get life insurance from Prudential and help protect your family like you protect a family recipe. Who's your rock? Ask your employer about Prudential benefits or speak to an advisor today.
Welcome back. In the race for the White House, Robert F. Kennedy is going independent.
His big announcement coming just as another presidential candidate picks up an early endorsement. Andrea Fujii has the story.
A new curveball in the race for president.
I'm here to declare myself an independent candidate.
Robert F. Kennedy Jr. leaving the Democratic Party to run as an independent.
The Democrats are frightened that I'm going to spoil the election for President Biden, and the Republicans are frightened that I'm going to spoil it for President Trump. The truth is, they're both right.
Back in April, he launched a long-shot bid for the Democratic nomination, but his position on vaccines and abortion were out of the party's mainstream. His own siblings denouncing his run as an independent, saying Bobby might share the same name as our father, but he does not share the same values, vision, or judgment. We denounce his candidacy and believe it to be perilous for our country. The other shakeup in the race comes on the Republican side. Former Texas Congressman Will Hurd dropping out and endorsing Nikki Haley. An average of polls from 538 shows the former South Carolina governor making inroads after her debate performances.
I honestly, every time I hear you, I feel a little bit dumber for what you say.
Haley is now in second place in New Hampshire, 3 points ahead of Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. But Iowa remains a challenge. Haley still in third. Former President Trump holds a commanding lead in both states.
After Kennedy's announcement as an independent, the Republican National Committee called him a radical. The Democratic National Committee did not respond. Andrea Fujii, ABC News, New York.
And good morning. Here is a live look this morning. Oh, hello, fellas.
Yeah.
You're looking at some of those awesome sculptures right there.
Right above Huntington Park there in downtown, and you can see My Fresh Basket across the way.
Indeed.
I wonder if they have some fresh donuts this morning.
Oh, of course they
have really good breakfast burritos.
Oh, do they?
By the way, yeah. Just pick them up in the deli there.
Man,
Let's have Alex go. He's giving us some videos, so he's right there.
We can make that happen. I like the idea. Oh, thank you. Now I'm hungry. All right, good morning, everybody. Fresh hot breakfast this morning. Ooh, looks good. Temperatures, 9 Mile 55, 54 officially. We have temperatures in the upper 50s all the way through the valley, taking us all the way into the state line. 55 Post Falls, Coeur d'Alene 56. So it is a mild start to the day. We're not going to warm up much. Temperatures in the upper 50s. We're going to get some showers, some gusty south winds at times, gust to 20. We had gust to 30 yesterday, so it's going to be better. 44 for the overnight low, and again, chance of showers continuing overnight into tomorrow. We look at where the rain is and where it isn't. It isn't over us. We saw that little brief shower that rolled through, quickly making its way up into northeastern Washington. Now we're going to see this come in. That's going to take a while to get here. So that's why we see that chance of showers increase around the noon hour into the afternoon and dinner time. But all of it is expected to be relatively light, like 1/10 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch total into Spokane, much more to the south. So the Palouse, Pomeroy, all the way into Lewiston, that's going to continue to be the driving force to the south of us. We are going to see some of that crossover, but they're expecting 1/2 to maybe 3/4 of an inch in some areas, while we're just going to get bits and pieces over the next couple of days. 57 our high today, 59 Ritzville, 62 in Moses Lake. So nobody's warming up, including the LC Valley, only mid-60s there. So our planning forecast, we're planning on this cool, showery weather through tomorrow. Thursday, partly cloudy, 59 into the mid-60s Friday, Saturday, and then about a 40% chance of showers Sunday and Monday, and low 60s for the daytime highs. Now Thursday, you look there, 59 degrees, partly cloudy. That's going to be cool but not cold when we get to trades night. It's only once a year now. It's going to be at Ferris High School. That's Thursday, October 12th, this Thursday, 5 to 8. I'm going to be hosting along with a lot of other companies that are in the trades, and it's not just for Ferris High School. It's for anyone anywhere in high school that would like to experience and ask questions. How much they make. I mean, you can really get a lot of great information on these nights. That's this Thursday starting at 5.
Very good. A lot of real good paying jobs for kids right out of high school.
I think, yeah, a lot of people are really amazed.
Yeah. All right, don't miss it. It is now 6:21. WSU's homecoming game against Arizona was supposed to be the return of Jaden Delora to Pullman.
But after he missed the last 2 games with an injury, the Cougs are now preparing for 2 quarterbacks. What Jake Dickard said about freshman Noah Fifita next in sports.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
Fairway Floor Abbey Carpet in Post Falls has been North Idaho's premier flooring shop for over 30 years. From remodels to new construction, they've got your home or business covered from wall to wall. Their expert design team will work with you to find the perfect floor for your lifestyle and budget. They've got the lowest prices. From carpet and area rugs to hardwood, LVP and laminate, if you can dream it, they can floor it. Dream it, design it, live it at Fairway Floor Abbey Carpet in Post Falls.
Good morning, America.
Got that insurance claim check for you.
I gotta call Swap.
We'll make sure you get the help you deserve, and we only get paid after you win.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
My name is Devin.
And my name is Kelly, and Prime Source helped us cut our interest rate in half on our car loan. Melody Wagner helped us by moving it to Prime Source from where we had it.
It saved us over $100 a month.
Being a family of 5, we're trying to find, cutting corners any way we can to make sure that everything's paid for and to have that extra $100. And we're so grateful.
Ask about our auto loan special. We have financing available with rates as low as 1.99% APR. Contact us for details.
When you smell the amazing scent of Gain Flings, time stops. And you realize you're in love.
Steve!
With a laundry detergent. Gain Flings. Seriously good scent.
What do I love about Move Fitness? I love that there's a variety of fun group classes all day long. Definitely the equipment. They have so many different machines, and you get it all for about $1 a day. There really is no other gym that compares.
The Tire Store for auto repairs, tires, and wheels. At the Tire Store, they'll let you split up your repair bill over a couple months. Get your car fixed today. ASE certified, and you can start an account with no credit check. Tire Store.
When the 2023 football schedule came out, Coug fans immediately circled the Arizona game for one reason: the return of their former quarterback, Jayden de Laura. He was the man behind center for 2 seasons in Pullman. In 2021, he was named the Pac-12 Offensive Freshman of the Year. He then transferred to Arizona, has been the starter ever since. But a few weeks ago, he sustained a lower leg injury, and freshman Noah Fifita took over from there. And he's provided a spark the Wildcats offense really needed, throwing for more than 500 yards and 8 touchdowns in the past 2 games as starter. Now, according to reports, it sounds like de Laura may be close to returning, as he was a game-time decision this past weekend against USC. But WSU head coach Jake Dickert is preparing as if either guy can go, but really likes what he's seen from that freshman.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how you don't play the young guy. I mean, this guy has been as efficient and effective as anybody in the country the last 2 weeks. I mean, he is operating the offense at a really, really high level. They're similar yet different. Both can really throw the ball. Seven's going to have more off-script plays and do a little bit different things like Cam does, where 11 really operates in the framework of the offense and can really run, but takes off in normal escape patterns, you know, not like what you see Cam do and running around different things. So I think they're both very talented. They both can really throw the ball, and they're both operating, you know, at high levels. So prepare for both of them, but you don't see a drop-off at all with the young kid in there.
Now, if the Cougs can get a win on Saturday afternoon, they'll be a game away from bowl eligibility once again, and they could even earn that next week down in Eugene. As it was announced, their game against Oregon will be at 12:30 right here on KXLY ABC. But first things first, got to take care of business on homecoming. Reporting in studio, I'm Alex Crescenti, 4 News Now Sports.
Alex was mentioning that game at Oregon being right here on 4 News Now. It had been years since we've had the Cougs on our air, and now, to the luck of the draw with ABC, twice in this season. So, pretty cool. Good morning, Northwest time, now 6:26.
Coming up in our next half hour, are the Republicans any closer to choosing a House Speaker? What we learned about the stalemate that is keeping Congress from taking care of any business.
And Washington's Kaiser Permanente employees have stayed off the picket line while their counterparts in other states have been protesting. Just ahead, why they may soon strike too. Before we go to break, though, here's your first look at what's coming up on Good Morning America, starting at 7.
In this morning's GMA First Look, from Army reservists to the front lines, these are the faces of Israel's massive mobilization effort.
And the country needs more soldiers, and we leave our work, anything, and go to the armies.
30-year-old Hai Shalom is one of an estimated 300,000 Israeli reservists being called up, eager to defend his country.
I want to be next to my friends, next to my family.
Moshe Abergel was at that music festival massacre where hundreds of people were seen running for their lives.
It was a slaughter. People with no ability to defend themselves.
Now he's being called to action once more, but says his reserve unit is allowing him time to process the traumatic event.
They support me and tell me I need to take my time to process what I've been through.
Coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have more of these stories and complete live coverage from Israel. With your GMA First Look, I'm Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
She found it. The feeling of finding the psoriasis treatment she's been looking for. Sotyktu is the first of its kind once-daily pill for moderate to severe plaque psoriasis for the chance at clear or almost clear skin. It's like the feeling of finding that outfit psoriasis tried to hide from you, or finding your swimsuit is ready for prime time. Dad, once-daily Sotyktu is proven to get more people clearer skin than the leading pill. Don't take if you're allergic to Sotyktu. Serious reactions can occur. Sotyktu can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB. Serious infections, cancers including lymphoma, muscle problems, and changes in certain labs have occurred. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, liver or kidney problems, high triglycerides, or had a vaccine or plan to. Sotyktu is a TYK2 inhibitor. TYK2 is part of the JAK family. It's not known if Sotyktu has the same risks as JAK inhibitors. Find what plaque psoriasis has been hiding. Ask your dermatologist about Sotyktu for clearer skin. So clearly you. Sotyktu.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Cal Superstore in Airway Heights. Luxurious Karastan carpets are just the footing you need to live beautifully. And now, during National Karastan Month, you can save beautifully. Use your exclusive rebate to receive up to $1,000 back on select styles of Karastan carpets and the flawless craftsmanship of Lux Craft hard surface flooring. Live beautifully, save beautifully with Karastan at Panhandle Carpet One, Floor and Home.
Save up to $1,000 on Karastan flooring at Panhandle Carpet One.
Did you know Idaho high school seniors graduating next spring are eligible for up to $8,000 in grant money for career training and education through Idaho Launch? Funds can be used to cover the cost of apprenticeships, job training, community college, and university programs that lead to in-demand careers. Funds are limited. Apply today. Students choose their own path, and Idaho Launch helps pay for it. Idaho Launch. Support in every direction.
It was in August. Fires raged through our area. This one, the Gray Fire in Medical Lake. Homes destroyed, trees destroyed along with it. They've got to come down and get moved out for the rebuild. We're here in mid-October to help move them. The 4 News Now Extreme Team, brought to you by and with volunteers from Horizon Credit Union.
We're taking it back.
All week, it's Kelly's Flashback Fall.
Hey!
With fun throwback moments. And next, Kelly, John Cena.
Watch Kelly today at 4 and 4 News Now at 5. From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
The 4 News Now Story Tracker with the stories people are reading about online this morning.
House Republicans plan some big days ahead. They're meeting to pick a new speaker after voting to oust Kevin McCarthy last week. But the House is divided, and that means no business until they can get a new leader, even if the business is Israel. Steve Scalise of Louisiana and Jim Jordan of Idaho, who you just saw, are primary candidates, but Republicans are preparing for the prospect that neither will be able to get the votes to be elected speaker. House Foreign Affairs Chairman Mike McCall has called for a new speaker by tomorrow to avoid appearances of weakness and dysfunction amid war in Israel.
There is a new sport being considered for the 2028 Olympics: flag football. It's one of 5 sports the LA 28 organizing committee has proposed to be added to the games, but flag football is the only one that's never been a part of Olympic competition. The other proposed additions are baseball and softball, cricket, lacrosse, and squash. In a statement, an LA 28 spokesperson said the proposed sports, quote, ignite the imagination on the field of play and drive culture off it.
I like flag football, but not as an Olympic sport.
I'm going to say.
All right, Good Morning Northwest. I'm Derek Dice.
And I'm Robin Nance. It is Tuesday, October 10th. Let's check in with Mark and our first alert forecast.
All right, good morning, everybody. It would be acceptable to play flag football today in and amongst some scattered and isolated showers. Fall colors starting to come on. We see our 4 things you need to know. Cloudy and cool. Again, those showers are going to be hit and miss. More showers expected for tomorrow. But then we're going to be drying out, and that's going to take us all the way through Saturday. The amounts we're going to get are very light. We are going to see, again, some of those light showers push through. But right now, forecast for Spokane, we're going to see 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch. We're going to see far more into areas around Pullman and into the Palouse. Currently, we're sitting at 53 into Deer Park, 54 officially out in the West Plains, nearing 60 into the Valley and the I-90 corridor. So our forecast sets up like this. We are going to see that chance of scattered and isolated showers. Not a lot of it will be sustained. 56 at 2 o'clock. Again, 57 our high today. And then by 6 o'clock, 53 and 10. You're heading off to bed. It's going to be about 50 degrees.
Israel has waged war against Hamas. Countless families remain terrified with people trapped or missing in the conflict.
We're hearing from more mothers, fathers, and children and desperate to reunite with their loved ones. Sydney Charles is the Breaking Now desk with details from devastated family members.
That's right, you guys. A live look at the skyline in Gaza, and you can see just the smoke coming up from these airstrikes launched by Israel as the fighting between Israel and Hamas intensifies. On Saturday, the Palestinian group Hamas launched a surprise attack on Israel, and you can see right there on your screen, Israel is fighting back, pounding Gaza with deadly airstrikes. Again, you can see the smoke coming up on your screen. These airstrikes have also displaced thousands of people. Nearly 1,600 are dead on both sides of the fight, including at least 11 Americans, one of which was a University of Washington PhD graduate. 32-year-old Haim Katzman was found dead in his apartment. Katzman's uncle says he was killed while trying to help his neighbor and her children. He says his nephew was trying to hide the woman when the militants entered the room.
found him in the closet, but apparently I think he was lying on top of her, protecting her. They opened fire. He was killed. She survived.
One mother who asked not to be named is pleading for the return of her sons, ages 12 and 16. She describes the last phone call with her boys, which came just as militants were kidnapping them from a safe room.
And my youngest, who's only 12, saying to them, "Don't take me, I'm too young." And that was it. The line cut off. That was the last time I heard from them. I want my children back home. I want them to fight each other. I want them to annoy each other. I want them to get on my nerves again. I want them back.
And this young woman's father-in-law is missing. He was trying to rescue his younger daughter at that music festival in the desert when they lost contact. Right now, the fate of up to 150 hostages hangs in the balance. Hamas is threatening to broadcast the executions of hostages if Israel targets people in Gaza without warning. And right now, the FBI says it is working, quote, aggressively to investigate any other reports of Americans who have been impacted by the Hamas attacks on Israel. Reporting in studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now.
Jewish families appear to be under attack online. A hacker is claiming to be selling millions of pieces of data stolen from the family genetics website 23andMe. The data information targeted those with Ashkenazi Jewish ancestry, including usernames, regional locations, birth years, and profile pictures. The company says it was not breached, but it appears the hacker collected passwords and usernames stolen from other hacked websites and simply tried them on 23andMe. Kaiser Permanente Washington healthcare workers will soon vote on whether to join the next national strike starting November 1st. Kaiser union workers in Washington did not join the largest healthcare walkout last week because, unlike the others, their contracts don't expire until the end of October. Union and member leaders have been negotiating with Kaiser since August, fighting for a stronger contract, protecting both workers and patients. Results of a strike authorization vote will be announced this Friday.
In News for Your Health now, California is now reported to be the first state to ban some potentially harmful chemicals typically found in drinks, candy, and other food. Saturday, Governor Gavin Newsom signed the California Food Safety Act. It prohibits the manufacture, sale, or distribution of food products containing red dye number 3, potassium bromate, and brominated vegetable oil. The nonprofit Environmental Working Group says red dye number 3 is found in nearly 3,000 different products, from candies to protein shakes, boxed cake mixes, and more. The new law will not be implemented until 2027. Nearly 2/3 of this year's COVID-19 hospitalizations were for older adults. That's according to a new CDC report. Adults 65 and older made up 63% of all COVID-19 hospitalizations between January and August of this year, and most of those had underlying health conditions. Health officials are still encouraging Americans to get the newly updated COVID-19 vaccine that became available this fall. All adults and children 6 months and older are eligible.
Well, get ready for some lane closures on I-90 between Cheney and Sprague starting today. One lane in each direction will be closed while crews make safety improvements. This includes things like installing poles for new overhead lights at several interchanges. The project is expected to last about 2 weeks.
Okay. Well, Good Morning Northwest time is now 6:38.
As you head out this morning, do you need that raincoat, or do your kids?
A light rain layer would not be a bad idea, but it's not going to be a deluge. It's not going to be, a lot of rain. We're going to see 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch. But getting to school should be a dry ordeal with temperatures into the low 50s. So dress accordingly. We're going to have a full check of your forecast. That is coming up. But we do have cloud cover, but we are dry right now.
4 News Now on your time with Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Disney on Ice presents Frozen and Encanto. Celebrate the power of love. Y Familia. Coming to Spokane Arena October 20th through 22nd. Tickets on sale now. Visit DisneyOnIce.com for show details.
Hey Spokanites, it's Megan from Waterwise Spokane, and we have a challenge for you. Starting October 10th through the 22nd, keep an eye out for the golden stencil near storm drains in your neighborhood and all across the city boundaries. When you find a stencil, head to this website to enter. And if you want an extra entry, send in a fun selfie and it can be featured on KXLY. Winners will receive a gift card to a local business. We can't wait to see what you come up with and enjoy exploring Spokane. And remember, drains are for rains.
Hi, I'm Randy, owner of Rooter 911 Sewer and Drain.
Sewer and drain cleaning at half the price of the larger competitors. 24/7 service for all of your sewer and drain cleaning needs in Spokane, 535-3136.
Hello, I'm Mark Peterson. It's that time of year again when Washington Trust Bank helps you dispose of your sensitive documents and protect your identity with 4 easy steps. First, head to one of their 4 participating drive-through locations. Second, fill your seal and shred bag with the documents that you want to destroy. Third, secure the seal and shred bag. Then, drop your bag off at DeVries where they will destroy your documents in their secure space. Pick up your seal and shred bag this Friday at Washington Trust Bank's Northgate branch, located on North Division.
You can start your day wanting an all-natural pregnancy and end it wanting an epidural. It's called being human. A human who takes care of their eyes, then stares at their phone, who embraces self-care and believes beauty is worth some pain. So go ahead and do your 10-step skincare routine and make the 11th sun. Teach your kids that aging is beautiful while trying to prevent it. With traditional medicine and alternative remedies, there's no wrong way to treat life at Rite Aid. And now get your flu shot with easy scheduling, fast appointments, plus walk-ins available daily.
So, how's the menopause going? Unexpected rage, hot flashes, exhaustion. Big fan. Here's to being tired all day and up at night.
Said no woman ever. Estroven relieves major menopause symptoms.
Now through October 13th, you can join Planet Fitness for just $1 down, $10 a month. With free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, it's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy. Join for just $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime. Deal ends Friday, October 13th.
3 a.m. feedings and dirty diapers. Learning how to care for a newborn baby can be some of the most stressful times in a mother's life. Now, a survey finds women with a history of mental illness are more likely to use drugs or alcohol in the months after giving birth. The survey tracked prescription opioid misuse, tobacco use, unhealthy alcohol use, and illegal drugs. It found around a quarter of women use these substances in the 10 months after delivering their baby. New mothers with a history of anxiety and depression were twice as likely to use or abuse substances. The survey highlights the need for mental health support during and after pregnancy. Pumpkins are fun at Halloween, but did you know they're good for you too? Beth Cerwoni, a registered dietitian at the Cleveland Clinic, says pumpkin is a superfood that is low fat, low calorie, and packed with plenty of nutrients.
It's going to have more fiber. It's going to slow down that rate of digestion, so it's going to keep you fuller longer, and it's also going to help stabilize the blood sugars, because when we have fluctuations in our blood sugars, that's what causes those hunger cues to occur.
Pumpkin is rich in potassium. Research suggests that can help decrease your blood pressure. Pumpkins also contain antioxidants like vitamin C, which help promote healthy skin.
All right, good morning, everybody. Your 10-second takeaway. It's going to be cloudy, going to be cool today. We're going to see these scattered showers. A light rain layer would be a benefit to you, especially if you're going to be out this afternoon. High today, just 57 degrees.
You know, around here, it's not uncommon to see a deer or moose hanging out in a park or someone's backyard. On Whidbey Island in Puget Sound, there is an elk, and he comes with a warning.
He's the only elk on Whidbey Island.
This picture of a majestic elk soaking in the sun looks like it's plucked from a fairy tale, but Bruiser is very real. The wayward elk has been living on Whidbey Island for more than 10 years. Wildlife Officer Ralph Downs says Bruiser is in his annual rut. He is anxious to shed his antlers, and he's all alone.
We've seen him be detrimental to yard art, tarps, trees, shrubs, bicycles, a little bit of everything. And unfortunately, most recently, somebody didn't heed his warning, and he did do some damage to an automobile. This time of year, he tends to get a little frustrated because he doesn't have anyone to wrestle with, and he can't find anyone to have as a companion.
So Ralph is warning people to enjoy the sight of an elk hanging around, but give the big boy some space this time of year. He says Bruiser actually swam to the island with his herd about 10 years ago and stayed while all the others returned to the mainland.
Okay, and I'm reading here, he was actually tranquilized in 2017 to free him from a buoy and 30 feet of mooring line. So maybe he actually did try to swim away to like meet his buddies one time. He's like, I can't do it.
He's like, I just can't quite get across the river.
We need to get him a ferry ticket and like bring him to his buddies. And some ladies.
And some ladies. He needs companionship. It's now 6:44. It would be hard. I was thinking about last hour. You said to get him on a dating app. How do you swipe with the hooves? They swipe right.
I don't know. Soaring mortgage rates have been pricing many Americans out of the housing market. Up next, how you can be sure you're getting the best possible rate if you're in the market for a new home when Good Morning Northwest continues.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
The road can be a crazy place. Uh-oh! That's why Les Schwab Tires fixes brakes, steering, and more. And those guys don't. Keep driving. I'm just glad Les Schwab puts my safety first, so I can backseat drive with confidence.
During our fall tire sales, save up to $250 on a set of 4 select tires. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Fairway Floor Abbey Carpet is North Idaho's premier flooring shop. They have your home or business covered from wall to wall. Their designers help you find the perfect floor for your lifestyle and budget. If you can dream it, they can floor it. At Fairway Floor Abbey Carpet in Post Falls.
At Washington Trust Bank, can't is a 4-letter word.
I think we should hire more people.
Doc, I'm late for a meeting. I'm thinking of starting my own practice.
Do it. Too much capital.
We need a warehouse.
I can't imagine how we do that.
We should knock that wall down and expand.
Do it. There's always another wall beyond the wall.
We believe you can do whatever you set your mind to, and we'll help you get there. Washington Trust Bank, privately owned, locally invested.
As a skeleton, I used to make a living scaring the pants off people, but I'm older now and less spooky. So I got this commercial gig for Northern Quest's $50,000 Roll the Bones giveaway. You can enter to win your share of $50,000 this month just by playing with your Camus Rewards card. And I can chat up that witch ornament across the street. Nice broom, Ursula.
Thanks, Rick.
Yeah, it's the bristles really match your eyes.
My name is Bob Rambo, and this is my Summit Cancer Center story. I had lymphoma. I was kind of scared to death, and the doctors recommended I go to Summit Cancer Center. Everybody on the staff there is super neat, nice, and it's kind of like a homecoming. I had lymphoma, and they cured that. I'm very thankful for this cancer center.
ABC's World News Tonight at 4 News Now, when the local story is national news.
When national stories hit home. Watch ABC World News Tonight at 5:30.
And 4 News Now at 6. That's what we mean when we say expect more.
4 News Now is brought to you by Wendell Motors.
Your time is now 6:47. According to RocketHomes.com, Spokane is still a seller's market when it comes to homes.
However, fewer homes sold in September than in August, and 41% of those sold for less than the asking price. Buying a home right now is a huge decision, and taking out a loan with the high interest rates currently available can affect your bank account for years. The current rate is 7.49%, the highest rate in 23 years. Greg McBride of Bankrate.com says there are a few things you can do to make sure you're getting the best rate.
Ideally, you want to compare quotes and you want to put in an application with as many as 3 different lenders and do so as close to the same period of time as possible. You want to do all those on the same day. That way you get a real apples to apples comparison.
McBride says to make sure you look at all the fees the different lenders are charging. Another tip, make sure your credit report is accurate. McBride says if the numbers don't fit with your budget, you may want to delay a home purchase for a year or two. At this time last year, rates were around 6.8%.
Boy, yeah, and then if you keep looking back, they were way better, 3 1/4. Oh my gosh. Did I see just a little sprinkle, or was that just me imagining things?
On the camera there downtown?
I might have been imagining.
It could be happening.
Yeah, just an isolated few sprinkles. That's really all we had this morning. Streets starting to dry out here on Boone Avenue from that early morning sprinkle that we got. All right, let's take a look now at something a little different. In as much as we've had a few new fire starts over the last week, we are going to see, with this wind coming out of the south and again east of the Tri-Cities, maybe a little of that smoke making its way up the I-90 corridor. Now, it's probably not going to affect our air quality, but adding to that haze that we could see at sunset. All right, 57 degrees, our high today, going to be clouds, isolated and scattered showers. Winds to 15 miles an hour. You could see some higher gusts into the West Plains. Overnight lows of 44, and again, that chance of showers. Here's the setup already today. We've had a few showers cross over already, making their way right up to the state line in Canada. We're going to see this energy then fill in this afternoon, and that's going to create that potential at about 11 o'clock, and then more so for the afternoon. For tomorrow, it's going to be the same deal. We're going to see hit and miss scattered showers, not expecting a lot out of the system. Probably 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch for Spokane. We could see 1/2 inch or better into the Palouse as much of the energy is coming to the south. Your planning forecast, upper 50s stay tomorrow. Thursday, drier, partly cloudy, and 59. We'll see temperatures in the mid-60s Friday, Saturday, low 60s Sunday and Monday, but an increased chance of showers. About a 40% chance for Sunday and Monday. So that's what we've got for you. We also have your morning sprint. That's coming up right after the break.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Rebath Spokane.
It was in August, fires raged through our area. This one, the Gray Fire in Medical Lake. Homes destroyed, trees destroyed along with it. They've got to come down and get moved out for the rebuild. We're here in mid-October to help move them. The 4 News Now Extreme Team, brought to you by and with volunteers from Horizon Credit Union.
Sorry about that car accident. Got that insurance claim check for you.
I gotta call SWAP. I gotta call SWAP.
Here you go.
That's it. I'm calling them.
You forgot your check.
Craig Swap & Associates is on your side. We'll make sure you get the help you deserve, and we only get paid after you win.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
Do you have property damage? Burke's Restoration provides full-service emergency response for residential and commercial disasters. Wind damage? Burke's can handle that. Is flooding your problem? Burke's Restoration knows just what to do. Fire or smoke damage? Call Burke's today. You didn't plan on a disaster, but you have a choice on who restores it. Choose the best. Burke's Restoration takes care of fire, smoke, wind, or water damage and more. Tell your insurance company you choose Burke's Restoration. Call or click today.
Experience the breathtaking production that leaves both audiences and critics awestruck. Les Miserables.
November 14th through 19th at First Interstate Center for the Arts. Tickets available at BroadwaySpokane.com.
You were diagnosed with thyroid eye disease a long time ago. And year after year, you weathered the storm and just lived with the damage that was left behind. But even after all this time, your thyroid eye disease could still change. Restoration is still possible. Learn how you could give your eyes a fresh start at TEDhelp.com.
Did you know Idaho high school seniors graduating next spring are eligible for up to $8,000 in grant money for career training and education through Idaho Launch? Funds can be used to cover the cost of apprenticeships, job training, community college, and university programs that lead to in-demand careers. Funds are limited. Apply today. Students choose their own path, and Idaho Launch helps pay for it. Idaho Launch. Support in every direction.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now. This Good Morning Northwest Morning Sprint is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
All right, just about 6:53. Let's get you ready to take on your Tuesday here in the morning sprint.
Sydney Charles has the latest details from the Middle East as the war between Israel and Hamas intensifies.
But first, let's get to Mark with details on some scattered rain in the forecast today.
We're going to see some of it add up as we look at the First Alert Weather. And that First Alert Weather app, again, still free, still in the App Store. We're expecting by tonight about 400s, those scattered showers, more so into the Palouse. They could see upwards to 1/2 inch. The mountains are going to pull this moisture right out of the air. So we're going to see more into areas of the Selkirks, then pushing into the Rockies of Idaho and Montana. Highs today are going to be in the upper 50s. In fact, our day today looks like more scattered showers this afternoon.
Israel is escalating its war with the Palestinian militant group Hamas. On Saturday, Hamas launched a surprise attack on Israel, but Israel is fighting back, pounding Gaza with deadly airstrikes and displacing thousands of people. Over 1,600 are dead on both sides of this fight, including at least 11 Americans. The Israel Defense Forces says they've taken out more than 1,000 targets across Gaza as it hunts down Hamas. Civilians in Gaza are scrambling to save survivors trapped beneath the rubble and caught in the crossfire. Israel has also stopped food and fuel shipments into Gaza. President Biden is set to give remarks later today about the war, and live coverage from Israel is coming up next on Good Morning America.
Jewish families appear to be under attack online. A hacker is claiming to be selling millions of pieces of data stolen from the family genetics website 23andMe. The data information targeted those with Ashkenazi Jewish ancestry, including usernames, regional locations, birth years, and profile pictures.
New body camera footage has given us more context about why a Spokane County Sheriff's Sergeant was placed on administrative leave last week. The video we're about to show you contains acts of physical violence and may be disturbing to watch. According to his lawyers, their client, 62-year-old Kevin Hinton, was sitting in his car watching a movie and resting after driving for 11 hours. That's when he was approached by Sergeant Clay Hilton, who told him he was not allowed to be in this park in the valley after hours. In the video, you see Hinton agreeing to leave, but then gets stopped by Sergeant Hilton, who asked for his name and ID. When Hinton refused to show his ID, Sergeant Hilton said, quote, "You're going to get hurt." Then Hinton was dragged out of his car, forced on the ground, and hit several times. Now Hinton's lawyers say Sergeant Hilton should face consequences.
All right, after being hit by vandalism Thursday night, Odyssey Youth Movement was hit again and then again. Spray painted hate speech on the center's doors and windows, knocking over displays and burning tire marks in the Rainbow Crosswalk. Last Thursday, paint covered that same Rainbow Crosswalk, as well as the crosswalk downtown. A queer-owned clothing store also had its windows smashed. Despite these continued attacks, Odyssey Youth Movement says it's dedicated to remaining open as a safe space and resource for queer youth, and is asking you to step in if you see something.
There are some political newcomers in the race to serve on the Medical Lake School Board, and they're all from the same church. One of the Medical Lake Community Church congregation members, Dennis Schilling, is running for a position in District 3 against the current director, Laura Parsons. They have very different views on student mental health, discipline within schools, and support of the LGBTQ+ community in schools. The Medical Lake community will have the opportunity to vote this November. We have more details for you on KXLY.com.
You can sign up to share your thoughts on the proposed sales tax increase in Measure 1 at the next Spokane County Commissioner meeting. That's happening today. If approved by voters, sales tax would go up by 0.2% to fund a new jail and other criminal justice projects. 60% of revenue would go to Spokane County. The rest of it would be allocated to individual cities and towns. The meeting today starts at 5 o'clock at the Spokane Public Works Building.
Washington Kaiser Permanente healthcare workers will soon vote on whether to join the next national strike starting November 1st. Kaiser union workers in Washington did not join the largest healthcare walkout last week because, unlike the others, their contracts don't expire until the end of this month. Union and member leaders have been negotiating with Kaiser since August, fighting for a stronger contract protecting both workers and patients. Results of a strike authorization vote will be announced this Friday.
Nearly 2/3 of this year's COVID-19 hospitalizations were for older adults. Adults 65 and up made up 63% of all COVID-19 hospitalizations between January and August, and most of those had underlying health conditions.
And get ready for some lane closures on I-90 between Cheney and Sprague starting today. One lane in each direction will be closed while crews make safety improvements. This includes things like installing poles for new overhead lights at several interchanges. The project is expected to last about 2 weeks. We'll check weather one more time next.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
What I want people to know about Numerica's involvement is that it's genuine.
I work at a company that supports the community because we're a part of it.
It's important to give back to the community you live in.
We are truly here to help, and we're passionate about it.
Now what? You say it when getting older starts getting old.
At Prudential, we think you should ask it when your birthday opens up a new chapter. Like when you realize you've got the rest of your life to look forward to. Ask, now what? Here's what. You tap into the insurance, investment, and retirement expertise of Prudential and get everything you need to help ensure the best is yet to come. Who's your rock? Speak to an advisor or visit Prudential.com.
Sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes you don't. Almond Joy's got nuts and something even way better than that. Yes, Almond Joy is made with almonds and joy.
Well, good morning, everybody. You see the cloud cover, a few isolated sprinkles out there, but that's it so far. And in fact, we look at the planner for Tuesday today. We're going to see that potential for some light showers throughout the afternoon. Our high today is going to be 57 degrees. Air quality should remain good. We look at our planning forecast. We're planning on upper 50s Wednesday and Thursday. Friday, heat wave, 64 degrees, partly cloudy conditions. Saturday looking okay at 65, increased clouds. Another light system comes in, low 60 Sunday, Monday, with a chance of showers there.
All right, Mark, thank you so much.
And thank you for being with us. We'll be back throughout Good Morning America with live local updates. We'll see you then.